and the old revolutionary road breaks off into shadows near a meeting house abandoned by the persecuted who disappeared into those shadows. I've walked there picking mushrooms at the edge of dread, but don't be fooled. This isn't a Russian poem. This is not somewhere else but here, our country moving closer to its own.
It had this kind of spoken word poetry all throughout with different themes and different topics, and the way that the performers chose to express themselves through that. And it was all in black and white, which was really cool. I liked, towards the beginning, we had the main female performer, and then, slowly she started to kind of interact and integrate with the other dancers in the background, but she was still featured. And then when it switched to color and we could see the whole theater, was really, really lovely. There was just so much raw and deep expression throughout this. It was very intentional, and I love a narrator. I love a spoken word piece over music. I just think that they're two artistic tools that lend themselves really beautifully together.
Great approach to lighting. Obviously, the black and white conceit sometimes loses a sense of energy, but I thought here it really sort of contributed to why the piece had a great sense of mood. And I thought the narrative, not the narrator, voiceover conceit, I thought really worked well on sort of giving a sense of form to the performance and allowing the performance to feel like it was broken down into a sequence of acts as you move through the performances, and how I felt each performer got a chance to express themselves both within the construct of the overall piece and the team or community aspect of the piece, and as an individual performer. So I thought there was a really great counterbalance between highlighting individual performances and showing the group working as a cohesive unit in a way that I thought was very impressive and very easy to get into, given the beauty and the real sort of elegance within the entire artistic approach for this performance. So I thought it was quite well done for those reasons.
With these lines of poetry paired with the movement and the play of the music, this all pairs cohesively together. Trees are grounding, roots are embedded to the ground, and they breathe life. They provide oxygen, which is something that us humans need. It's a word that is repeated, within this piece, and it's bringing you new perspectives of the living. 'Tis a story, an old story. This shows that life is a cycle, and that changes come with each chapter. But there are things that outlive humanity, Earth being one of them, but dancing is another, and it is an interesting choice to keep most of this film black and white to only transition into this colorful spectrum in the end. It's maybe also pointing to the fact that life itself is not black and white. And if you truly live, it can be full of color. Our lives are the one life, so one single life that we bear witness to. And these statements made within this poetic space are bold and powerful. It is a telling story with paired with putting the body into motion, for we actually store trauma in our bodies, and it's actually quite beneficial to kind of go through these motions physically and kind of remove these traumas out of our system.
I thought this was a really pretty ballet. I liked the black and white, the use of the black and white and the lighting on the stage, and I liked the transition to color toward the end. Thought it was really nice and nice direction throughout with the performances. The performances were great, the movement and the choreography, and I really liked the narration. I liked some of the quotes I wrote down from the narration. Acceptable levels of cruelty are rising, which is interesting to me. I just thought it had a really nice message. Um, Compassion, guilt versus guilt. Sending love is harmless. I like that a lot. Just a nice poem and nice writing. Really liked the dance with the chair. I thought that was really neat and beautifully choreographed.
You have the stage performance to spoken word poetry and a mixture of that and classical music. And it's an ensemble piece. And what I noticed at first was how dark it was. So dark as far as the lighting, and then also black and white. So it makes it look even darker because you can't even really take note what light is there, or color is there because of the coloring of this piece. Lots of partner work in this, lots of lifts in this. A unique part for me was the duet with the two women because it's just I always think it's very unique when you have a duet that is same sex. That's not what you would usually see. And then there's this shift to color towards the end where, the lighting looks completely different. It's no longer this dark s- place. And so it almost feels like this journey has taken place because we see this change in this environment.
One of the things I very much enjoyed about it was that connection between the poetry and the choreography. I feel like having that, it kind of accentuated the choreography where you felt more of the passion and the emotion as it's being read out.